Good morning, children. This is English video session for class 6. We are going to the new topic in the Pack with the Sun textbook. The name of the topic is The Old Clock Shop. Again, I repeat, The Old Clock Shop. You can see the picture. This is a shop. People are coming to buy clocks, watches. Yes, let's go. Waters. You can see the balloons also there. Let us start. It's Christmas Eve, closing time for shops. Ray's old clock shop is still open. Two shoppers call at this late hour. So it was the Christmas Eve and it was the last minute shoppers who were going home. A thick white sheet of snow lay over the Salt Lake City, USA. Yet the lights were still burning in the old clock shop as Ray, its old deaf owner, worked on the clock he had sold that day. There is a lot of information that you get on this particular topic. One, he is a deaf owner. Deaf, what is the meaning of deaf? The one who cannot hear properly. So the person understands through lip movement. 2. Which is the place in which the city where the shop is situated? Salt Lake City. Where is it situated? United States of America, USA. Okay. What is the function that is going to come soon? Christmas Eve. Last minute shoppers. What is the meaning of last minute shoppers? The one who is running in the last minute to go and buy dresses, to buy toys, to buy sweets, to buy Christmas presents. They are called last minute shoppers. So far you have not done, and last minute you are rushing to buy is called last minute shoppers. Okay, children? Yes. White sheet of snow. What is the meaning of white sheet of snow? Fully it is the period of ice cold. Everywhere it is ice. Clear, children? Are you able to understand? So I will continue again. First, Christmas Eve. What is the meaning of Christmas Eve? The time, the night it is going to be Christmas. Okay. Then Ray's old shop. But Ray is the owner of a shop. He sells wristwatches and clocks. Okay. And where is it situated? It is situated in the Salt Lake City in USA. Okay. Lights were still, his shop lights are still burning because he had some, he was thinking that somebody in the last minute can come and buy things. So his shop was open and it's old deaf owner. Who is the deaf owner? He himself is working on the deaf owner, one who can't hear properly. Worked on the clock he has sold that day. Okay, children, shall we continue? Yes. Yes. Having finished his work, Ray stood up and was on his way to the back room when a cold rush of air from the front door hit the back of his neck. He turned to meet a last-minute shopper, but his old wise eyes told him that this was not a shopper. He saw two men, one in his 20s, and the older man approached the counter with no signs of friendliness in his eyes. Ray was able to hide his growing fear as he slowly pushed a notepad and a pencil across the counter. Look at the thing, having finished his work. So the work is over. Now Ray is going to get up, lock the room and go home. Okay. Suddenly what happened? Somebody is coming through the front door. Okay. Somebody is coming through the front door. How many are there? He turned to the last minute shopper. What is the name of the last minute shopper means? The one who is coming the last minute to purchase for the Christmas Eve. Okay. Last minute shopper. He was old and wise years, but his old wise years, whose old wise years? The Ray who is the owner of the shop. He says, that he was not a shopper. What is the meaning he is not a shopper? The intention is not to shop. So there is something dangerous here, is it not? Yes. He saw two men, okay, and one in 20s and another was in close to 50. So one fellow was in 20s and another fellow was in 20s, okay. Okay, so one fellow 50 years, another fellow 20 years. The younger man remained at the door. Why he is not entering the door? We don't know. Okay, he is standing near the door. It's an old man alone is entering the counter with no sorts of friendliness in his eyes. Usually when it is a festive mood, you try to be friendly, you wish others. Okay, you have that air of happiness in everybody. But here you don't find anything pleasant in the eyes of the fellow. Ray was able to hide his growing fear. What is the fear? He may be a fellow who has come to loot, steal, the one who can take the this one gun point, he can take all the money. So it was a growing fear because the time is like that and his looks don't match with the buyer. Ray was able to hide his growing fear as he slowly pushed a notepad and a pencil across. Why is he pushing the notepad? Because Ray cannot hear. They have to write it in a paper and that he will bring it and that he will show it to, that he will read it and accordingly see. He smiled at the unfriendly face, then pointed to his ears and shook his head side to side. What is the meaning? He can't. He says that side to side when he says he can't hear. So write and show me. Okay. A quick look of surprise changed the man's face as he studied the notepad. Then he turned and said something to his friend. Okay. He saw the notepad and then he turned back. There is a fellow who is 20 years, around 20 years, who is standing near the entrance. He told something to his friend. Ray used this chance to study the man, paying attention to the shape of the gun and the restless hand in the man's right pocket. So there was something he is holding in the right hand and he was not taking it out. Ray thinks that it could be a revolver to threaten him. Okay, a gun pointed revolver. Okay, yes. In the man's right coat pocket. Anger boiled within him. Why anger? Having the Christmas Eve, he never expected someone to be such a customer at all. But what happened later on? Anger boiled within him, but it was kept down by the inner voice and said, be still, don't move, don't show your inner fear. He wrote on the notepad, may I help you? Okay, he wrote in the notepad, may I help you? For the first time, the older man looked directly at Ray and smiled. Okay, he looked and smiled. A cruel, mocking smile. Okay, what sort of a smile was it? It was a cruel and a mocking smile. They both understood why he was there, why his friend remained at the door. They looked like men who were down on their luck and were ready to try something they would be later sorry for. So these are the conclusions which we find through Ray's looks in the place. He is looking at the people, the older man who is in 50s wearing a coat and his hand is put in the right hand pocket of the coat and he thinks it's a revolver and he is giving some signal to the person who is standing near the coat. They had no looks of a person who is going to buy clock or anything. There was in fact it looked as if they were out of luck in their entire looting or the stealing process and they had come as a last try to raise shop. These were the fear, these things increased the fear of Ray very badly. Ray knows that his visitors are in need. He accepts an old watch in exchange for the good sum of money. The message of peace and goodwill spreads everywhere as the old clock chimed, Merry Christmas. Let's see what happens ahead. Yes, children, this is a very important story for you. This comes in your half yearly examination, which you are going to write in the first week of November. So you need to understand what is the story. So before you come to the next class, the entire story, the old clock shop, you please read it at least 10 to 15 3 to 4 times louder. Most important thing is louder, and you need to have the dictionary next to you. Follow it, the underline the words which you are not able to understand. Write down the meanings and come to my next class.